A man walked into a fortune teller's shop and asked, "Can you tell me my future?" The fortune teller looked into her crystal ball and said, "Absolutely. The future looks bright, unless you keep ignoring the gas light on your car." He left more stressed than when he entered. A woman said she wanted to live on the edge, so she tried something truly dangerous. She clicked "Remind me tomorrow" on every update her computer needed. Her laptop has been plotting revenge ever since. A guy told his friend, "I'm trying to be more responsible." "How that going?" "Well, the plants died, the laundry multiplied, and the fridge light is the only thing working in my life." His friend handed him a cookie and said, "Baby steps." A man said he wasn't afraid of anything. Then he opened his email inbox and saw 4,397 unread messages. He closed the laptop quietly and whispered, "Not today." A woman tried being spontaneous, so she said yes to everything for a whole day. By 4 p.m., she had joined a book club, a gym, bought a blender, and took responsibility for someone's cat. The cat now judges her full time. A guy tried meditating to calm his anxiety. He sat on the floor, closed his eyes, breathed deeply, then remembered every embarrassing thing he had ever done. He said, "This is not relaxing." A girl bought a huge candle to improve her energy. It burned for 3 hours, filled the room with smoke, and set off the alarm. Her energy did not improve, but her running speed did. A man tried waking up early to be productive. He woke up, turned off his alarm, and went back to sleep. He was not productive, but he was well rested. A guy decided to try minimalism. He threw away half his stuff. 2 days later, he couldn't find anything he needed. Minimalism humbled him. A woman said she wanted to discover herself, so she went on a long walk. She discovered she was out of shape and needed snacks immediately. A man looked in the mirror and said, "You're doing great." His reflection did not agree. A student pulled an all-nighter to finish an assignment. He finished nothing, questioned his life choices, and went to bed at 4 a.m. Classic academic dark humor. A man bought a planner to organize his life. He filled out the first page with motivation, then forgot the planner existed. A customer walked into a coffee shop and said, "Make it strong enough so I can feel feelings again." The barista said, "Buddy, nothing we have is that strong." A woman tried journaling her thoughts. Halfway through the first page she wrote, "Never mind," then closed the notebook forever. A guy told his friend he's been eating healthier. His friend saw the empty pizza box and said, "Define healthier." He replied, "I only ate half." A man said he would turn his life around tomorrow. He said the same thing the next day, and the next. His life remained very much unturned. A woman tried yoga for inner peace. She fell twice, got tangled in her own limbs, and found no peace. The yoga mat judged her silently. A guy tried using positive affirmations. He said, "I am confident," then instantly doubted whether he said it correctly. A man's phone battery hit 1%. He whispered, "This is it. This is where everything ends." He plugged it in like he was defusing a bomb. A woman tried meal prepping. She cooked for 2 hours and ordered pizza anyway. A man said he was working on himself. He meant he was watching motivational videos while lying in bed eating chips. A woman said she wanted a fresh start. Then she remembered she'd have to leave her blanket. She reconsidered. A guy set a goal to run every morning. His alarm rang and he ran straight to the snooze button. A man tried going offline for a day. He lasted 14 minutes. A woman bought a huge water bottle to stay hydrated. She drank from it once. Now it sits on her desk like a disappointed elder. A guy said he wanted a peaceful life, then joined a group chat with 20 people. There was no peace. A man bought motivational wall art. It said, "Believe in yourself." He stared at it for a long time and said, "I'm trying." A girl tried to clean her room. She found things she lost in 2016. It turned into archaeology. A guy said he hit rock bottom. Then rock bottom politely said, "Move, I need to get lower." A woman opened her fridge, hopping for inspiration. She found ketchup and regrets. A man told himself he'd stop procrastinating. He will eventually. A man said he was going to finally get his life together. He started by organizing his desk, then found an old receipt which reminded him of something he forgot, which led him to another room, which led him to the fridge. He never made it back to the desk. A woman tried to start fresh by deleting old pictures from her phone. She got 3 pictures in, got emotional, and backed up her entire device instead. Growth is hard. A guy decided he was going to eat clean. He made salad, then put cheese, croutons, dressing, and chicken on it until it legally became a sandwich in a bowl. A woman said she wanted to stop overthinking. She then spent 45 minutes thinking about how to stop thinking. A man told himself he wouldn't care about what people think anymore. 5 minutes later, he accidentally said, "You too," to the waiter who told him, "Enjoy your meal." He thought about that moment for the next decade. A guy tried going to bed early. His brain said, "Perfect, let's relive every embarrassing moment since childhood." He slept at 3 a.m. A woman said she wanted to get her finances under control. She downloaded a budgeting app. The app analyzed her purchases and said, "Let's start slowly." A man bought a treadmill to get in shape. It now functions exclusively as a very expensive clothes hanger. A woman woke up motivated, ready to conquer the day. Then she blinked, and somehow it was 3 p.m. Time is undefeated. A man looked at his to-do list and thought, "This is manageable." Then he added more tasks. Then he panicked. Then he took a nap to cope. A woman tried journaling her goals. She wrote, "Wake up early. Stop scrolling." Then she stopped writing because she realized neither of those were happening. A man said he wanted to be healthier. So he replaced soda with sparkling water because suffering counts as progress. A girl tried organizing her closet. She opened the door, stared at the chaos, closed it, and walked away like it was a horror movie scene. A guy said he was going to do a digital detox. He uninstalled one app and immediately reinstalled it. A woman bought a self-help book titled "Take Control of Your Life." It sat unread on her bedside table for 8 months. Irony can be heavy. A man said he wanted to stop procrastinating. So he cleaned his entire apartment instead of doing the one thing he actually needed to do. A woman tried meal prepping for the week. By Wednesday, she was tired of the food she made Sunday. By Thursday, she ordered takeout twice. A guy said he'd get fit by summer. Summer arrived. Summer left. He stayed the same. A girl tried doing meditation videos at home. Halfway through, she remembered a pile of chores. She stopped meditating and started panicking instead. A man looked at his steps for the day. He had taken 312 steps. The app asked if he was okay. A woman tried fixing her sleep schedule. She went to bed early but stayed awake late. A classic miscalculation. A man said he wanted to live in the moment, then spent half the moment recording it for social media. A woman said she needs a vacation. Then remembered vacations require planning, money, organization, and energy. She decided to take a nap instead. A guy tried intermittent fasting. He fasted for 3 hours and declared himself a spiritual master. A woman tried starting a skincare routine. She bought 7 products, used them once, and then forgot which order they go in. A guy said he wanted to start fresh on Monday. Monday arrived. He snoozed through half of it. A woman tried doing yoga to relax. She got stuck in a pose and wondered if this was how she dies. A man said he needed space. He meant from his responsibilities, not people. A woman opened her email inbox and saw 1,823 unread messages. She closed the app immediately in self-defense. A guy bought motivational stickers for his laptop. One said, "You can do it." His laptop froze immediately. A woman said she'd drink more water. She now has 17 water bottles, all half full. A man told himself he would stop buying things online. Then a package arrived he forgot he ordered. He said, "Past me cannot be controlled." A woman tried waking up at sunrise. She saw the sun rise. She went back to bed. A guy said he was going to start journaling his dreams. He wrote down 2 dreams before forgetting he owned the journal. A woman said she likes going with the flow. The flow, however, was directly into chaos. A man said he wanted to simplify his life. Then he spent $200 on things to help him simplify his life. A woman checked her bank account and whispered, "That's not good." A guy said he meditates by sitting on the floor and thinking about nothing. He described worrying about everything instead. A woman said she'd be more productive if she cleaned her desk. She cleaned half of it, got tired, and put the mess on the bed. Then she couldn't sleep until she cleaned the bed. A man bought a whiteboard to plan his goals. The whiteboard is still blank. So are the goals. A woman thought she'd try manifesting. She manifested a nap instead. A guy watched a motivational video about discipline, then rewarded himself for watching it by doing nothing for the rest of the day. A woman said her goal was inner peace. Then she remembered tax season exists. Peace left immediately. A man opened his phone to check the time. He ended up scrolling for 40 minutes. He still didn't know the time. A woman bought healthy groceries, then ordered pizza because grocery cooking felt too emotional. A man said he wanted to face his problems. He faced the wall instead. A man said he wanted to be more organized. He bought color-coded folders, labels, markers, sticky notes, and a drawer unit. He organized none of it. Now he's just a disorganized man with expensive stationery. A woman told herself she'd only watch 1 episode. 6 hours later, Netflix asked, "Are you still alive?" She whispered, "Barely." A guy said he was going to cook at home more often. He burned toast, panicked, opened all the windows, and ordered takeout immediately. A woman said she'd stop overthinking. She overthought the idea of stopping overthinking until the overthinking loop restarted. A man promised he'd save money this month. He saved nothing. He spent his savings buying things to help him save money. Irony slapped him in the face. A woman tried waking up early to reset her mind. Her mind responded by reminding her of every mistake since age 11. A man bought a fitness tracker. The tracker saw his steps and assumed he was furniture. A woman said she'd fold laundry in a minute. 3 days later, she was still picking clothes directly from the laundry basket. A guy tried intermittent fasting. He fasted until he got hungry, which was 7 minutes later. A woman said she needed a sign to change her life. A sign fell off the wall. She ignored it. A man said he wasn't addicted to his phone. His phone died for 2 minutes. He experienced spiritual collapse. A woman tried a detox tea. The only thing it detoxed was her will to live. A man tried writing a to-do list. His first task was write a to-do list. He checked it off proudly. A woman read an article about procrastination. She saved it to read later. She never read it. A guy tried being more spontaneous. He bought a plane ticket, then immediately cancelled it because it stressed him out. A woman tried a new skincare routine with 7 steps. By step 3, she forgot steps 4 through 7. A man said he wanted peace. Then he opened Twitter. Peace left instantly. A woman decided to do a digital declutter. She deleted 2 screenshots and got emotionally exhausted. A guy bought vitamins to change his life. He lost the bottle before taking a single one. A woman said she would declutter her house. She put everything into one big box. She labeled the box "Future Problem." A man told himself small steps. He took 0 steps and said, "This is too small." A woman downloaded a meditation app. She opened it once, panicked about her thoughts, and closed it forever. A guy tried planning his weekly meals. By Tuesday, the plan was on fire, figuratively and almost literally. A woman said she needed to get grounded. She lay on the floor, staring at the ceiling for 20 minutes instead. Honestly, still valid. A man set a goal to drink 8 glasses of water a day. He drank 1 and congratulated himself like he won a marathon. A woman said she would stop buying things online at night. At 2 a.m., she bought a blender, a lamp, and a book she will never read. A man said he's learning to let things go. Then he held onto a minor inconvenience like it was part of his personality. A woman tried manifesting success. She manifested a nap instead. A guy said he was working on self-improvement. He watched 3 motivational videos and improved nothing. A woman said she wanted a healthier lifestyle. She bought fruit. The fruit watched her order cake. A man said he'd fix his sleep schedule. His sleep schedule said, "No, you won't." A woman started cleaning her room. She found old photos, sat down, and suddenly it was 3 hours later. A man said he would face his problems. His problems said, "Turn around." He turned around. A woman downloaded an app to track her habits. The app tracked nothing because she never opened it again. A guy tried to stop drinking coffee. His friends said, "Please don't." They feared what he would become without it. A woman bought a planner to organize her thoughts. It became a graveyard of empty pages. A man said he wanted to avoid drama. Then joined a group chat with 15 people. A woman said she needed me time. She spent it doing chores and regretted everything. A man told himself he'd start the diet tomorrow. Tomorrow was always unavailable. A woman bought resistance bands to get fit. She resisted using them. A guy tried being more patient. He gave up after 15 seconds. A woman tried mindfulness. Her mind left instantly. A man said he'd read more books this year. He read the first page of 3 different books and proudly counted that as progress. A woman deleted her social media apps to be more present. She reinstalled them an hour later. A guy bought running shoes. He did not run, but the shoes looked proud on the shelf. A woman said she wanted less stress, then checked her bank account and her stress doubled instantly. A man tried cooking a new recipe. It tasted like regret. A woman set an alarm for 6:00 a.m. to be productive. She snoozed it until noon. A guy said he's becoming the best version of himself. He then ate cold pizza for breakfast. The journey is complicated. A woman downloaded 5 productivity apps. She used none of them. A man tried yoga at home. His cat sat on his back the entire time. Technically, he achieved enlightenment through suffering. A woman said she had big goals. Her biggest goal that day was survive. Reasonable. A man wrote a list of things he's grateful for. He got stuck after Wi-Fi. A woman tried to be spontaneous and ended up buying things she didn't need and couldn't return. A guy tried taking a relaxing bath. He dropped his phone in the water. Relaxation ended immediately. A woman said she'd stop scrolling. She scrolled for another hour reading articles about how scrolling is bad. A man promised to stop being lazy. He didn't even finish the sentence. A man told himself he'd finally become a morning person. He set 3 alarms, prepared clothes, made a plan, and woke up 12 minutes before he had to leave, confused, unshowered, and spiritually defeated. A woman said she wanted to fix her life. She started by making her bed. Then she got tired and decided her life could stay broken for now. A guy tried drinking herbal tea to reduce stress. The tea tasted like sadness soaked in disappointment. His stress increased. A woman said she was going to stop letting things get to her. Then someone chewed loudly next to her, and she almost achieved enlightenment through rage. A man decided to try journaling. He wrote, "Dear Diary, today," then got overwhelmed and closed the book. The diary remained emotionally neglected. A woman said she needed a new hobby. She bought supplies for 4 different hobbies. She pursued none of them. A guy said he wanted to go outside more. He stepped outside, saw the sun, and retreated like a vampire. A woman looked at her to-do list and said, "This is fine." It was not fine. The list was a cry for help. A man tried learning a new language. He learned hello, goodbye, and nothing else. He declared himself almost fluent. A woman said she wants to live a simple life, then spent 3 hours trying to choose between 2 almost identical phone cases. A man claimed he was emotionally stable. Then his favorite snack was out of stock, and he took it personally. A woman spent the entire afternoon cleaning. By the evening, the house still looked messy, and she discovered new messes that didn't exist before. A man said he wanted to be more open to change, then cried when his favorite app updated its layout. A woman tried planning her week. The plan lasted 9 minutes before collapsing. A man opened the fridge looking for answers. The fridge only offered condiments. No answers were found. A woman bought a gratitude journal. She filled out 2 pages and then returned to complaining. A man told himself he'd be festive for the holidays. He put up 1 decoration and got exhausted. A woman tried to start a skincare routine. She bought 12 products, used them once, then forgot the order completely. A guy said he'd have 1 cheat day. The cheat day became a cheat week, then a cheat lifestyle. A woman tried positive affirmations. She said, "I'm strong." Her body said, "You pulled a muscle opening a jar yesterday." A man told himself, "No more bad habits." His bad habits said, "We'll see about that." A woman opened her messages and saw 97 unread chats. She closed the app to protect her mental health. A guy tried meal prepping. He made a huge batch of quinoa. He now has a huge batch of quinoa he doesn't want. A woman made a budget plan. The budget plan stared back at her and said, no. A man decided to take up meditation. He closed his eyes and immediately remembered something embarrassing he said 8 years ago. A woman said she'd go to bed early. She ended up reorganizing her entire life at 1 a.m. instead. A guy said he'd start running. He ran once. He spent the next week talking about that one run. A woman tried energy drinks for productivity. Her productivity was replaced by anxiety and a vibrating soul. A man wanted to be more mindful. He mindfully ate an entire family-sized bag of chips. A woman said she wouldn't get attached to fictional characters. She cried for 3 hours when one died. A man said he was working on his mental health. His mental health said, I haven't noticed. A woman tried turning her phone off for peace. The silence was terrifying. She turned it back on immediately. A guy tried wearing all-white clothing because it looked clean. Life instantly threw sauce, dirt, dust, and chaos at him. A woman said she'd take a break from drama, then checked social media and dove into drama immediately. A man told himself, I will not stress today. His email inbox said, welcome to stress. A woman tried reading to relax. She read one page, fell asleep, and forgot the entire plot. A man looked at his work schedule and whispered, no. A woman tried waking up at 5 a.m. every day. On day 2, she woke up at 9:30 and forgot where she was. A man went grocery shopping hungry. He bought enough food for a small village. He ate none of it the next day. A woman said she wanted new experiences, then ordered the same meal she always orders. A man downloaded a productivity app that tracks tasks. The app judged him silently for weeks. A woman decided to take a short nap. She woke up an entirely different person in an entirely different year. A man tried journaling his dreams. His dreams made no sense, and now neither does the journal. A woman tried living a minimalist lifestyle. She minimized everything except her online shopping habits. A man said he'd only check his phone for a second. 3 hours later, he was deep into conspiracy videos about squirrels. A woman tried doing a gratitude challenge. By day 3, she struggled to find things she hadn't used already. A man told himself he was going to eat clean. A donut appeared. He lost the war instantly. A woman tried avoiding negativity, then realized negativity lives inside her soul rent-free. A guy tried waking up without an alarm. He overslept by 5 hours. A woman said she'd organize her finances. She opened her banking app and immediately closed it. A man promised himself he would finally relax. Relaxation never arrived. A woman said she needed to reconnect with nature. A bee flew near her. She disconnected immediately. A guy told himself to stop procrastinating. He procrastinated thinking about procrastination. A woman tried turning her life around. Life turned right back. A man told his mind to please calm down. His mind laughed at him. A woman said she was going to trust the process. The process was suspicious. She did not trust it. A man watched a video about discipline. He felt motivated for exactly 11 minutes. A woman said she wanted balance in her life. Her life said, pick a side, chaos or chaos. A man tried minimizing his screen time. He minimized the app. He did not minimize the behavior. A woman said she was becoming emotionally mature, then cried because her toast burned. A guy tried practicing gratitude. He said, I'm grateful for. He stared into the abyss. A woman bought a big water bottle to hydrate more. She now carries it everywhere but never drinks from it. A man said he was getting his life together. His life said, "You sure about that?" A man said he was finally going to act like an adult. He ate cereal for dinner that same night. Progress is confusing. A woman said she would start saving money. Then she bought a scented candle for $40 because it smelled like responsibility. Her bank account disagreed. A guy told himself he would stop being dramatic. Then someone used his favorite mug, and he almost wrote a memoir about betrayal. A woman tried journaling her thoughts. Her thoughts were chaotic. The journal now looks like a psychological thriller. A man said he needed to take better care of himself. He drank one glass of water and felt like a transformed being. A woman decided to get into shape. She did one squat and heard 5 noises her body shouldn't make. A guy said he'd avoid negativity, then talked to himself and realized that was impossible. A woman downloaded a meditation app. It said, "Clear your mind." Her mind said, "Absolutely not." A man tried waking up early. He woke up early, panicked, and went back to sleep to recover. A woman created a vision board. The board has ambitious goals. Her life does not. A guy said he's working on discipline. He disciplined nothing except his urge to be productive. A woman made a list of goals for the year. By month 3, she lost the list. By month 6, she forgot she ever had goals. A man tried mindfulness. He mindfully spiraled into existential dread. A woman said she'd cook a healthy dinner. She cooked something. We don't talk about that meal. A guy joined a gym. He also unjoined internally the second he saw the treadmill. A woman said she was going to start fresh, then remembered she hates new beginnings. A man said he was ready to face life. Life hit him with 3 emails and a bill. He immediately reconsidered. A woman tried fixing her posture. Her posture fixed nothing. Her spine mutinied. A guy decided to cut caffeine. Everyone around him begged him not to. A woman tried reading self-help books. The books helped. She did not. A man tried setting boundaries, then immediately felt guilty for having boundaries. A woman said she wouldn't let little things upset her. Then someone chewed loudly near her, and she nearly achieved divine rage. A guy wrote in his gratitude journal, "Today I'm grateful for Wi-Fi." His mind blanked after that. A woman tried waking up at 4 a.m. Her soul rejected the idea violently. A man made a weekly plan. The plan survived less than 24 hours. A woman said she was done with chaos. Chaos was not done with her. A guy tried minimalism. He minimized everything except his stress. A woman tried stretching in the morning. Her hamstrings disagreed instantly. A man bought inspirational wall art. It said, "Live, laugh, love." He lived, laughed once, and loved 0 times that week. A woman told herself she'd be more mature, then got angry at her phone for typing what she typed. A guy bought healthy food. It went bad while he was busy ordering takeout. A woman tried budgeting. Her budget and her lifestyle filed for divorce. A man said he'd stop doomscrolling. He doomscrolled articles about doomscrolling. A woman tried learning to cook. Her smoke detector became her life coach. A guy said he was working on his inner peace. His inner peace said, "Work harder." A woman said she'd drink more water. She drank one sip and felt accomplished for the rest of the day. A man tried to meditate. His brain said, want to remember every wrong decision ever. A woman attempted yoga. She achieved enlightenment through pain. A guy tried journaling his goals. He wrote step 1, become less tired. He was too tired for step 2. A woman said she'd have a productive weekend. The weekend had other plans. A man bought running shoes. He ran exactly 0 times. But he wore them grocery shopping, so that counts. A woman tried cutting sugar. She made it until lunchtime. A man tried being honest with himself. He wasn't ready for that conversation. A woman decided to practice self-care. She napped for 4 hours and woke up more confused than before. A guy tried waking up naturally without an alarm. He woke up at noon and said, I think nature hates me. A woman tried to be spontaneous. It stressed her out immediately. A man said he'd start journaling daily. He journaled once and never emotionally recovered from the effort. A woman tried starting a hobby. She researched hobbies for 6 hours and then took a nap instead. A guy decided he'd become a morning workout person. His bed said, no, you won't. He listened. A woman tried manifesting success. She manifested mild exhaustion instead. A man told himself he'd say yes to new opportunities. Someone invited him somewhere. He said no instantly. A woman said she'd reinvent herself. She reinvented her hairstyle instead. A guy said he was going to fix everything wrong in his life. He started by organizing his apps, then got tired and watched videos for 2 hours. A woman bought a planner to stay on track. The planner now judges her silently every day. A man tried setting a bedtime. He broke the bedtime immediately. A woman tried drinking herbal tea before bed for relaxation. It relaxed nothing except her motivation. A guy tried doing a deep clean of his house. He did a shallow clean and called it a day. A woman said she'd cook healthier meals. She made pasta and called it balanced because she added 1 tomato. A man told himself he'd get his life together this month. This month said, try again later. A woman said she'd stop being messy. Her personality disagreed. A man tried to take a quiet walk to think about life. His thoughts followed him like noisy roommates. A woman said she'd buy groceries responsibly. She bought snacks and forgot actual food. A guy said he'd learn a new skill. He learned how to avoid learning new skills. A woman tried using a calendar app. The app became a reminder graveyard. A man set a goal to be more disciplined. The only thing he disciplined was his nap schedule. A man told himself he'd finally stop procrastinating. He procrastinated, telling himself that. It was a layered disaster. A woman said she wanted to focus on self-growth. She grew tired, grew hungry, and grew overwhelmed. That was all the growth she achieved. A guy tried drinking more water. His water bottle became emotional support. He still forgot to drink from it. A woman promised she'd wake up early. She woke up early, was offended by the time, and went back to sleep. A man said he wanted to cleanse his life. He cleansed nothing except his browser history. A woman tried breathing exercises for calmness. Her stress inhaled deeper. A guy downloaded a productivity app. The app sent reminders. He ignored them passionately. A woman tried setting boundaries. Everyone stepped over them, including her. A man said he'd cook a real meal today. He burned water. He ordered takeout immediately. A woman tried cutting down on screen time. She cut nothing except her attention span. A guy said he was turning his life around. He turned around and faced the fridge. A woman bought a candle labeled "Inner Peace." It smelled nice. Peace remained missing. A man tried journaling his emotions. His emotions refused to cooperate. A woman downloaded a podcast to expand her mind. She fell asleep 2 minutes in. A man told himself he'd exercise daily. He exercised once and spent the next week recovering mentally and physically. A woman tried waking up without checking her phone. Her phone panicked first. A man said he'd stop worrying. His worries said, "We live here now." A woman bought a mindfulness book. She mindfully avoided reading it. A guy tried following a healthy diet plan. He followed it until the dessert page. Then he followed nothing. A woman said she'd stop overthinking. She overthought that sentence for 3 hours. A man tried writing his goals. The pen ran out of ink. He took it as a sign from the universe. A woman said she'd do yoga for relaxation. She discovered muscles she didn't know existed. They all hurt. A guy said he'd learn meditation. His thoughts filed a noise complaint. A woman attempted to reset her sleep schedule. Her sleep schedule violently refused. A man tried being more positive. Life handed him 3 minor inconveniences in a row. Positivity left the chat. A woman told herself she'd finish her chores. 1 chore became 7. 7 became existential dread. A man said he wanted to spend less money. Then saw a sale. His resolve evaporated instantly. A woman tried going grocery shopping with a list. She forgot the list. She bought vibes instead. A guy tried lowering his stress. His stress raised the difficulty level. A woman said she was going to take life 1 step at a time. She tripped on step 1. A man tried waking up early to get ahead. He stared at the wall for 20 minutes questioning existence. A woman told herself she wouldn't get distracted. Then saw dust. Then cleaned everything. Except the thing she was supposed to do. A guy said he'd stop comparing himself to others. Then compared his progress to someone online who has no life outside productivity. A woman tried organizing her closet. The closet organized itself against her. A man bought vitamins to feel healthier. He forgot to take them. He still felt morally superior. A woman tried quitting caffeine. Caffeine quit her instead. A man started journaling his dreams. His dreams filed for psychological copyright. A woman tried using a habit tracker. It tracked her giving up. A guy attempted self-reflection. Self-reflection revealed things he wasn't ready for. A woman said she wouldn't stress about the small things. Then stress personally introduced itself to every small thing. A man tried cooking vegetarian meals. Vegetables betrayed him by tasting like vegetables. A woman tried running. She ran once and declared herself tired for the week. A man said he'd become a minimalist. He minimized nothing except his motivation. A woman did a face mask to relax. She scared herself in the mirror. Relaxation left immediately. A guy said he'd stop buying useless gadgets. He bought a gadget to help him stop buying gadgets. A woman said she'd start meditating daily. She forgot daily existed. A man tried waking up early to seize the day. The day seized him instead. A woman tried meal prepping. She prepped meals, then ordered takeout anyway. A man said he'd face his fears. His fears said, "We multiply." A woman tried organizing her life with a digital calendar. She forgot to open the calendar. A man promised he'd stop doom scrolling. He doom scrolled the promise. A woman said she would stop being impulsive. She impulsively said that. A man tried journaling gratitude. He wrote coffee 10 days in a row. A woman said she'd be productive today. Her productivity escaped through the window. A man wanted more peace in his life. His email notifications disagreed. A woman tried to reset her mind. Her mind said, factory settings unavailable. A guy said he'd stop doubting himself. He doubted that immediately. A woman bought a book about self-control. She couldn't control herself to read it. A man tried being more mindful. His mind wandered off like a toddler in a supermarket. A woman said she'd declutter her digital files. She opened the folder and saw chaos. She closed the folder and whispered, "Not today." A man tried being spontaneous. He planned spontaneity. It did not work. A woman told herself she'd calm down. Her soul disagreed. A man said he wanted to grow. Life watered him with stress. A woman tried drinking more water. Her bladder filed a complaint. A man said he'd face the day. The day slapped him instantly. A woman tried to be peaceful. Her own thoughts ambushed her. A man attempted to meditate. His brain submitted 1,000 notifications. A woman said she'd stop worrying about the future. The future said, "Don't forget me." A man said he was going to finally get serious about life. Life immediately handed him an unexpected bill, 3 messages, and a mild identity crisis. He reconsidered everything. A woman said she'd stop drinking coffee. The next morning, she apologized to coffee for ever thinking such a thing. A man tried getting into meditation again. His mind wandered away so fast it left dust behind. A woman bought a planner to organize her week. Her week organized her instead. Poorly. A guy said he was practicing gratitude. He wrote my bed and my blanket, then couldn't think of anything else. A woman tried detoxing from social media. She deleted the apps, reinstalled them an hour later. Addiction won gracefully. A man said he wanted to be more spontaneous. He spontaneously stressed out. A woman bought essential oils to cleanse her energy. The oils smelled nice. Her energy remained filthy. A guy said he'd finally start waking up early. He woke up early 3 times in a row by accident. A woman said she would stop repeating past mistakes. She repeated them anyway with confidence. A man bought a yoga mat to be healthier. The mat never experienced yoga. Only naps. A woman said she'd cook something new tonight. She burned something new tonight. A guy tried manifesting success. He manifested mild confusion and a craving for snacks instead. A woman joined a gym. She waved at the gym every day while driving past it. A man said he'd stop doom scrolling. He scrolled right into existential dread in record time. A woman told herself she'd stay hydrated. Her water bottle now follows her like a disappointed parent. A man tried waking up without snoozing. The snooze button won the battle. And the war. A woman said she'd stop caring what others think. Then someone looked at her weird, and she thought about it for 6 hours. A man tried journaling to clear his mind. His mind responded by increasing chaos. A woman tried setting realistic goals. Her goals rejected realism. A guy said he'd save money this month. This month laughed at him. A woman bought vitamins to feel healthier. She forgot they existed for weeks. A man said he wanted adventure. His back said no. A woman tried embracing the present moment. The present moment was awkward and uncomfortable. A man opened his fridge hopping to find hope. He found ketchup. A woman said she'd get her life together. Life said try again next week. A guy told himself he wouldn't stress today. He stressed immediately. A woman made a list called Things to Fix. The list got longer and scarier. A man tried being honest with himself. He wasn't ready for the truth. A woman said she'd declutter her home. She rearranged the clutter instead. A guy tried cooking something healthy. It tasted like regret. A woman said she needed more sleep. She then went to bed at 2 a.m. for no reason at all. A man tried being more patient. Patience ran out before he did. A woman attempted to set boundaries with people. People stepped on every boundary joyfully. A guy said he was committed to self-improvement. He improved nothing except his snack game. A woman tried waking up at sunrise. Her soul objected immediately. A man bought a book about discipline. He lacked the discipline to read it. A woman said she'd start meal prepping. She meal prepped, then ate none of the meals. A guy said he wanted more calmness in life. His thoughts disagreed loudly. A woman said she'd meditate for inner peace. She achieved outer chaos and inner confusion. A man promised he'd stop avoiding responsibilities. His responsibilities avoided him back. A woman checked her bank account. Her heart rate increased instantly. A guy said he'd get in shape. His shape remained unchanged. A woman tried a face mask for relaxation. It peeled off every remaining bit of peace she had. A man downloaded a budgeting app. The app judged him severely. A woman decided she'd stop being impulsive. She impulsively changed her mind. A man tried journaling gratitude daily. He ran out of things to be grateful for by day 2. A woman said she'd be more present, then watched an entire hour go by without remembering any of it. A man tried meal prepping again. His fridge was filled with containers of guilt. A woman tried simplifying her routine. Her routine didn't get the memo. A man finally said, "I'm going to take control." Life said, "Cute." A woman said she'd finally rest. Her brain scheduled chaos instead. A guy tried to give himself a pep talk. His reflection disagreed dramatically. A woman said she'd tried journaling regularly. Her journal is now a collection of rare entries. A man tried saving money by cooking at home. He spent more money on spices than he ever spent on takeout. A woman said she'd drink only water today. Coffee placed itself in her hand. A man said he wouldn't let small things bother him. He was bothered instantly by something microscopic. A woman tried being productive. Her bed said, "Sit." She obeyed. A man decided he'd face his problems. His problems hid behind bigger problems. A woman said she wanted balance. Her life tripped her immediately. A man told himself, "I can handle anything." Then he got an unexpected phone call. He could handle nothing. A woman said she'd do yoga more often. Her yoga mat continued living in the closet. A man said he'd delete his apps. He deleted one, then re-downloaded it 2 minutes later. A woman said she'd be kind to herself. Her inner critic said, "Not on my watch." A man tried positive thinking. His brain filed a complaint. A woman told herself she'd be fearless. then saw a spider. A man said he'd eat better. He ate slightly better with fries. A woman said she'd spend less money. Her wallet said, "You and I both know that's a lie." A man tried going to bed early. He lay awake thinking about hypothetical conversations with imaginary people. A woman said she'd stop worrying about things she can't control. Her brain said, "Let's worry anyway." A man said he was fine. He lied. He wasn't even fine adjacent. A woman tried setting goals for the next 5 years. She could barely set goals for tomorrow. A man said he'd finally be more responsible. He lost his keys 5 minutes later. A woman said she'd find peace. Her cat knocked something over instantly. Peace fled. A man said he'd learn to relax. Relaxation ghosted him. A woman said she'd stay calm this week. The week attacked immediately.